of their backgrounds, finance and non-finance alike. It is this commitment to support our candidates that influences our engagement of a world-class faculty, partnerships, scholarship and discount offers, our online learning management system and so much more. Our clients' outstanding results across all levels of the exams every year attest to the quality of our top-notch physical and online program in the last 10 years. That's right, we have been impacting the industry for 10 years and have supported about 2,500 professionals in that time space. Register with New Frontiers Learning today. New Frontiers Learning is the #1 tuition center for the CFA exams in Nigeria. Our founders went through their CFA journey with little or no support of any kind. However, they vowed to turn into reality the dream of every CFA candidate earning the CFA charter, irrespective of their backgrounds, finance and non-finance alike. It is this commitment to support our candidates that influences our engagement of a world-class faculty, partnerships, scholarship and discount offers, our online learning management system and so much more. Our clients' outstanding results across all levels of the exams every year attest to the quality of our top-notch physical and online program in the last 10 years. That's right, we have been impacting the industry for 10 years and have supported about 2,500 professionals in that time space. Register with New Frontiers Learning today. New Frontiers Learning is the #1 tuition center for the CFA exams in Nigeria. Our founders went through their CFA journey with little or no support of any kind. However, they vowed to turn into reality the dream of every CFA candidate earning the CFA charter, irrespective of their backgrounds, finance and non-finance alike. It is this commitment to support our candidates that influences our engagement of a world-class faculty, partnerships, scholarship and discount offers, our online learning management system and so much more. Our clients' outstanding results across all levels of the exams every year attest to the quality of our top-notch physical and online program in the last 10 years. That's right, we have been impacting the industry for 10 years and have supported about 2,500 professionals in that time space. Register with New Frontiers Learning today. New Frontiers Learning is the #1 tuition center for the CFA exams in Nigeria. Our founders went through their CFA journey with little or no support of any kind. However, they vowed to turn into reality the dream of every CFA candidate earning the CFA charter, irrespective of their backgrounds, finance and non-finance alike. It is this commitment to support our candidates that influences our engagement of a world-class faculty, partnerships, scholarship and discount offers, our online learning management system and so much more. Our clients' outstanding results across all levels of the exams every year attest to the quality of our top-notch physical and online program in the last 10 years. That's right, we have been impacting the industry for 10 years and have supported about 2,500 professionals in that time space. Register with New Frontiers Learning today. New Frontiers Learning is the #1 tuition center for the CFA exams in Nigeria. Our founders went through their CFA journey with little or no support of any kind. However, they vowed to turn into reality the dream of every CFA candidate earning the CFA charter, irrespective of their backgrounds, finance and non-finance alike. It is this commitment to support our candidates that influences our engagement of a world-class faculty, partnerships, scholarship and discount offers, our online learning management system and so much more. Our clients' outstanding results across all levels of the exams every year attest to the quality of our top-notch physical and online program in the last 10 years. That's right, we have been impacting the industry for 10 years and have supported about 2,500 professionals in that time space. Register with New Frontiers Learning today. New Frontiers Learning is the #1 tuition center for the CFA exams in Nigeria. Our founders went through their CFA journey with little or no support of any kind. However, they vowed to turn into reality the dream of every CFA candidate earning the CFA charter, irrespective of their backgrounds, finance and non-finance alike. It is this commitment to support our candidates that influences our engagement of a world-class faculty, partnerships, scholarship and discount offers, our online learning management system, and so much more. Our clients' outstanding results across all levels of the exams every year attest to the quality of our top-notch physical and online program in the last 10 years. That's right, we have been impacting the industry for 10 years and have supported about 2,500 professionals in that time space. Register with New Frontiers Learning today. New Frontiers Learning is the #1 tuition center for the CFA exams in Nigeria. Our founders went through their CFA journey with little or no support of any kind. However, they vowed to turn into reality the dream of every CFA candidate earning the CFA charter, irrespective of their backgrounds, finance and non-finance alike. It is this commitment to support our candidates that influences our engagement of a world-class faculty, partnerships, scholarship and discount offers, our online learning management system, and so
All right. Good evening, everyone, and welcome tonight. Thank you for joining. Good evening, everyone. Please confirm that you can both hear and see me. Okay. Am I audible and am I visible? Can you hear me? Can you see me?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, so good evening, everyone, and welcome tonight. My name is Ayo Akinrotimi, and welcome to this Let's Talk Level 3 webinar. I'm your host tonight, and we'll have two of our finest, Oluwasegun Ojo and Ayola Ayodeji tonight, as we discuss the level 3 exams, take your questions, and just have a very beautiful evening. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. So I'd like to welcome Ayola Ayodeji. Are you here now, Ayodeji?
Oh, yes, I'm here.
Good evening. Welcome, Ayodeji. How are you today?
I'm fine. Good evening.
Yeah. I remember telling you that you're going to do this for me for level 3, right? That time you were still reading for level 3 exams.
Yes, yes, I remember.
So thank God. I'm glad you are here now.
Yes, that
Okay.
was it.
So you said?
Myself, I'm glad I'm done.
Yes. I can only imagine. All right. Thank you very much. So also I'd like to welcome Oluwasegun Ojo. Welcome, Shegun. How are you today? Hi, Shegun. You're muted.
Yeah, I'm doing great. Very fine.
Okay.
Generally.
Okay. Excellent. So I can hear you, but I can't see you. So if it's
Don't
okay.
mind. Just put this on.
Okay. So this is a good time to turn on your videos if you right. Okay. So welcome tonight, everyone. And once again, I'm excited to have us here. Our agenda is a very simple one: welcome and introductions. We'll dive straight into the interview, show you a little presentation about the level 3 program for 2025, take your questions and answers, and of course, we'll wrap up tonight, and we just get ready for exams, right? And get ready for classes. So welcome once again. Thank you everyone for joining. If you think there's someone who should be in this room right now, I think you should. Please reach out to them and let them know that we're starting right away. So I'd like to begin with the profiles of my guests tonight, and I'd like to begin in no particular order. I would like to start with Ayola Ayodeji. Um, Ayodeji Ayola is a distinguished finance professional with expertise in corporate finance, investment banking, and private equity. She graduated first class honors in biochemistry from Landmark University as the best graduating student and ranked among the top 3 at the Sterling Training School. Her career spans roles in corporate finance, deal advisory at the Alternative Bank, followed by a position as an investment banking associate at Sterling Bank. She currently serves as an investment associate at ARM Agribusiness Fund Managers Limited, where she focuses on private equity investments in the agribusiness sector. Ayodeji is a CFA charter holder, having passed all 3 levels on the first attempt. She is passionate about investment research, deal structuring, and financial strategy. Welcome once again, Ayodeji. We're excited to have you tonight.
Thank you.
Yeah. And of course, Shegun is a results-driven, Oluwasegun Ojona, I'm taking his profile. Shegun is a results-driven investment professional with a strong background in portfolio management, investment banking, and financial analysis. Currently, he's a portfolio manager at Stanbic IBTC Asset Management, executing investment strategies, asset allocation, and risk management. Previously, he's worked as an investment banking analyst at Ancoria Advisory, gaining experience in deal execution, financial modeling, and valuation across various sectors. Currently, he holds the AFM certification, is skilled in equity research, alternative investments, and financial strategy development. He brings a data-driven and analytical approach to optimizing investment decisions and delivering value in dynamic financial markets. So thank you very much, Shegun. You're welcome. Thank you for joining us tonight.
I'm glad to be here.
Yes, sir. So how does it feel?
For me,
So I've dropped the pen. I saw someone who said that after these exams, that even signboard, they won't read. Right. So what's it like? Well, let me start. Let me even start with that. How does it feel? I haven't passed the level 3 exam.
okay, so for me, uh, to be honest,
Hmm.
when you're done, you just move on, right? But
Yeah.
before you see your results, it's like it means the whole world to you. But once the results are out and you've passed, if you're like me, after that day, your life just goes back to normal, and
Hmm.
you move on to other things, other stuff you have to achieve, and all of that.
Yeah.
Uh, so for me, generally, I'd say once I dropped the pen, I moved on. To be
Mm-hmm.
honest,
Hmm.
so that was basically it for me.
Okay. Did you?
Okay. So for me, I think it was for me. It was just a breath of fresh air. I felt like I've been holding my breath for 3 whole years, and I could finally breathe. I could finally breathe, and honestly, I could just move on. Yeah, because I don't know. So it's just like how that thing like you have unfinished business, but
Mm-hmm.
like putting it to rest. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Ah.
I can imagine. Well done. And congratulations is still appropriate to you both.
Thank you
Right.
very much.
It's a big feat, and congratulations on that. I so again, Stephen Covey, 7 habits of highly effective people. Right. The first habit of highly effective people is that they begin with the end in mind. Because one of the things that will keep coming up for candidates who are in the CFA program is that there will be days where you will ask yourself why you're doing what you're doing, why you're even writing these exams in the first place. Right? I'm sure there were days like that. And so you need what we refer to as a very strong why. So why did you opt for a career in finance, investment, and why the CFA program? But why the CFA? Why a career in finance first? Then why the CFA program?
Okay,
Shayadi,
go
you want
first.
to go? Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so for me, why finance? I don't even, so I'm not from a finance background, right? So,
Mhm.
I don't know. After I finished school, biochemistry, I don't know who told me to go and even do that course there. There's no job there. But so after biochemistry, I was home for a bit. I got a job as a part-time accountant, and I was like, oh, this is numbers and everything. I got to training school. I met some guys. They were so big on finance, and I'm like, what's the big deal? But I doing too much. But like when I started speaking to them, talking to them, I was like, this field is actually it actually makes sense. So that's how I found myself in finance. Then how I started doing CFA. I heard about CFA for the first time in 2021. I think I'd heard about it during training school, but it did not make sense to me. But I heard about it in 2021 from my mentor because I'd finished. So where I worked, Sterling, we had rotation. So I got to work in REIT, investment, and I was like, okay, after staying like doing a rotation there for like 2 months, I was like, I wanted to move. And I spoke to my mentor. I was telling, I even told him I wanted to do ACCA. I mean, ICANN, one of them. I told me that I wanted to be an accountant. I was like, no, he was like, I should go and do CFA. I said, you don't get there. Sorry, what does it mean? I did research, I looked about it. He was even the one that referred me to New Frontiers, that he was like, classes are going to help, that I should do New Frontiers. So that's how I found myself in finance and I found myself in CFA.
Yes. Okay, I think I nearly went off for a bit.
Yeah.
Let me say for me. Okay.
Hi everyone. I'm so sorry. My device tripped and just went blank. I'm so sorry. Okay, so can you still hear me now? Can you see me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, I apologize for that break. It was due to technical glitches, right? So, but again, I'm back. So we were talking about why finance, and I'd listened to Ayodeji, who has spoken about a story. Then Shagun, yet to edit.
Okay, so for me, so I studied law in school, right? But even right from school, I always knew that this law thing wasn't for me. So on graduating, the reason why I I had known about CFA since like I think my fourth year in school. Law is 5 years, so I got to know about it in my year four. So I just wanted to plug that knowledge gap because I felt like there was a wide gap between what I knew and practice in finance. So the main motivation for me was just to plug that knowledge gap, um, pending when I'm able to get into the industry and all of that. So Daily law school was done 2021. I just wrote the exams and that was it. Here I am now, I
Okay.
guess.
Okay. So yeah, you were straight out of law school, I remember,
Yeah.
when you joined the program at New Frontiers. Okay. So still riding on the back of that. So level three. I know I've interacted with you at level one and level two at other fora, right? But then this level three, which you're talking about tonight, what would you say are your biggest memories for level three?
Mm, okay, so biggest memories. Uh, so first off, the friends I made, people that were in class with me, of course, they kind of made life a whole lot easier. Sending materials, you could discuss a lot of things. At certain points, when everybody is tired and fed up after class, some of us will just drive ourselves to different places, restaurants, eateries, to just cool off. Then from there, go home essentially. So those were nice times for me. And I think level three was when I had to start sleeping over at New Frontiers, at least then. So I didn't really do that for level one. I think I did that for level two because level two was for me it was crazy. Law, I had not done maths for like 5 years, so my brain was already practically dead on anything once. Then having to face level two all of a sudden, I had no choice but to just put in those extra hours. But for level three, I had gotten used to, I won't say suffering, sleeping there overnight. So I just continued from where I stopped for level three.
Okay.
So remembering all of that after classes, order food, stay there, maybe watch YouTube till like 9 o'clock, read till like 12, 1, sleep, wake up, like that. So biggest memories for me were just all those experiences
Yeah.
as although they're in the past now, but to a large extent it reminds me of what I put in to get the charter along. So those are like
Yeah.
my biggest memories.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So Ayola, was it the same with you?
And yes, mostly
Okay.
mostly the same, mostly the same. So I think yes, the camaraderie, having people to talk to and everything. Then for me, I think my worst my worst memory for level three because I remember that day. I think me and you, I know we spoke. I was there to go and try the first smoke 1 month to the exam. So I almost Mr. Rock could see my face in class. That day I was like, oh boy, yeah.
I can imagine. I remember very well. So the so the biggest it's interesting how if you ask a level one candidate or two, what they will call their biggest memories are different from what you're talking about right now. But it's interesting how as you go up the ladder and as you typically grow in life, certain things that didn't matter before will begin to matter. It's just the way um, how important it is for a young person who is driving to get a lot of technical skills and gets to a point where they need some soft skills, right? And then it begins to become important to them. I mean, I'm asking you guys today, and you're not saying to the lectures, or the hours you spent reading. You're saying the things that mattered most was the fact that there were people around you who were headed in the same direction as yourself, right? and that way, it's supported and encouraged you in whatever it was that you're doing. It's really, really interesting. Is it that the content gets lighter at level 3, or it doesn't really matter, or that you have changed rather than that the program itself has changed? So is it that level 3 is not tough? I mean, why are we talking about the soft side of things tonight, the people side, and saying, okay, the people having the same number of people in the same direction? I mean, what changed? Was it that you had changed after level 1 and level 2, and you saw, tremendous value in what you are saying were your biggest memories today, or what is it? So Shagun, let me have you first on that one.
Okay, so I'm just trying to get the question, like what changed essentially between level 2 and level 3. So for me, um, I won't say it got easier,
Mm-hmm.
um, because your approach to study, if you want to pass level 3, is completely different from how you'd approach if you intend to pass level 2. So because of that, you'd have to like continuously adapt yourself, like
Yeah.
change your methods to just ensure that in the end you get what you're looking for. So to just put it this way, when I was done with level 2, yeah, I'm supposed to be a lawyer, right? But I was relatively
Yeah.
sure that I've passed because a lot of the questions I saw they were familiar, and uh I was, because of maybe the fact that I practiced the life out of all the questions, I was able to like finish once, then even go over everything again,
Mm-hmm.
right? So it's by the time I was done, I was really confident that I'd pass. But you see, for level 3, when I was done, I kind of assumed that I had failed, to be honest, because I didn't think I'd pass it. There were specific. There are about
Remember, we had
seven.
a sir. Yeah.
There are about 6, 7 questions that I specifically remember that I assumed I had failed, and in my head, filling those
Mm-hmm.
questions meant I'd failed the whole exam. So, in fact, I'd already started looking for money to write the following
I
exam because I'd
remember.
assumed that, right. But eventually, when the results came out, I didn't want to check. I thought I had failed, so I just moved on. Then I just checked and I saw that I passed. I was really surprised. So what I just figured out from that experience was that, to a large extent, on these things, your mind will play a lot of tricks on you,
Yeah.
right? So it's you that will just determine, first off, what makes sense. What approach do you want to take to this? Um, what approach is best for you, given what you are trying to achieve? Then just take it and move on from there.
Yeah.
With regards to how to go about study, a lot of people will tell you should do this, you should do that. And of course, it's fine based on their own experience. But me, I know that there were certain things that I was told that if I had followed, I probably would have failed, to be fair,
Mm-hmm.
right? So it's very important that you know yourself and you craft a strategy that's unique to you and follow it judiciously. If you do that, I think you'd be fine across. It doesn't even really matter what level it is you're writing. So yeah, that'll be all for me.
Hi, everyone. Back. I'm so sorry. I don't understand. So, yeah, it's strange. Just strange. But it's okay. Yeah, I have it. So, sure. Okay. Am I audible?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes,
Thank you
we
very
can
much.
hear
I
you.
am so sorry. I mean, I don't understand why, but I think it's cool. It's important that we hear what's going on and that I can hear you. Okay. So the reality then is that I didn't hear what Ayodeji said, but have you spoken, Ayodeji?
No,
Or
no, I've not
oh, okay,
spoken.
please. Yeah, so let me take you.
Sorry, please, the question again.
Okay, so I was talking about how when you ask a level 1 and level 2 student, their responses will be different about their biggest memories. One underlying factor between what yourself and Shegun shared mostly revolved around people, right? Having a significant number of people headed in the same direction as yourself, right? And I think that that's different. It's different from what you typically. I mean, if I'd asked you the same question at level 1, you wouldn't be saying this. But at
At
level
all.
2, right, you'll probably be stuck on the technical side of things, which is pretty much what happens to us in our careers, isn't it? Where most people in their careers, where at the beginning you are focused on technical careers, what you know to do better than others and all that and all that, how to get an edge, a certification and all those kind of things. But then as you grow, you then begin to talk about soft skills, leadership skills, and all those kind of being able to do more through people rather than just doing things through yourself. Now, my
Yeah.
question is, what changed? Did the exam get easier at level 3, or you changed along the process, right? Your perspective. I mean, what was it that changed? Because now you're telling me something you would not have said at level 2, right? And that's off the books. I mean, it's not one of the questions I intended to address tonight, but I think there must
Okay.
be something there.
Okay, so I think the truth is that I will not say level. Okay, level 2 was more technical, was more a lot of calculation, but I will not say level 3 was easy for me. I would just say maybe me and Shegu are suffering from high side bias because of what done. That's why we're looking at it like that. But just like him too, level 3, I think that was the first exam that I was not sure. After the exam, I prayed like my life depended on it because level 2, I had the time to go back. I had the time to go back to check to be sure. This one, like the time was finishing in my hand. Like I could not even go back. Some things that I flagged that will go back, I could not even go and unflag them. It just submitted like that. So level 3, yes, the hours. And I think for us, why we had to do a lot with people is that level 3 is more technical. It's not like calculations that like level 2 that had a lot of formulas that you could cram formulas and go and do them. This one you had to understand the material, and understanding material sometimes needed to like reading with people, talking with people. Like because me, my level 1 and 2, I was not a study group person. I'm someone that, oh my, face my book, I read. But level 3, because you needed to understand, I had to like be calling people that to explain this thing to me or all those kind of things. But honestly, for me, level 3 took a more toll on my on my mental, on my physical, everything for me, Sha. Yes.
Thank you very much for that. I mean, it's a different. So I see the reason why there is that underlying factor across board, and I think it's something that we need to understand. It's something we need to accept early enough because um, when you want to travel fast, you travel alone, like someone rightly said. But then if you want to travel far, you have to travel with people, right? And to be honest, the CFA exam is not a sprint. It's a marathon. If it's a marathon, I mean, it's not just a mental marathon where you have to read and pass exams. I think it's an emotional marathon as well. I think it's a financial marathon. You don't know when you stop spending. I mean, Shagun said he was already looking for money because I remember calling you before the results were out. And you told me things like that. Calm down now, let the result come out. But you're already looking for money to just write, you know, the exams, right? So that's. Thank you very much for those insights shared. I hope our folks listening are picking up these things. They are sometimes the things that will make, that will break, that will crack it for you and solve problems for you, are not necessarily explicitly stated. They might be implicit matters like this that you might need to pick, that it's a different ball game up there, and somehow you will need people. Because I personally believe that when someone goes through a program, the biggest things that happen to them is not in the certification that they get. I think that it's in who they become, right? I don't even understand what I'm saying. So the CFA journey can be a very demanding and very heavy one, and it takes a toll on people when they take those exams. Some those tolls are negative, some the changes are rather permanent rather than temporary, right? So I think that these points you are sharing tonight are powerful, and I'm certain that at least they will help somebody out there who is trying to make a decision about how to prepare for their level 3 program. Thank you very much, Shegun, and thank you very much, Ayodeji. Now, let's dive into it straight. Optimal strategies for level 3. I know you would say that certain things happened you couldn't predict and all that and all that. And by the way, um, some information came out this week about results. Um, the I think the institute is trying to demystify, um, you know, the myth around exam results, right? And right now, just trying to make things a bit more predictable, if you understand what I'm saying, right? Which is how it can help candidates, predict their performance, predict where they are, and get better at whatever it is that they do, right? Uh-huh.
Mm.
So I want to ask you, what would you say are optimal strategies for passing the level 3 exam? How do we pass this exam, level 3? And either of you can go first. This one, either of you can go first.
Okay, well, I think you should go first.
Ah, okay. Optimal strategies for level 3. So, level 3, I always say, even CFA in general, start early, start as early as you can. And so I feel that the margin for error for level 3 quite is very slippery. So like you should know the material. And I think you should decide on the material you want to use. Curriculum is the best, so curriculum is the best. But I think you should decide on the material you want to use. Some people Schweizer, some people curriculum. So decide what you want to use, the material that you want to use. I also advise that you do a lot of questions. Another thing that level 2 taught me is even how you go about answering the question. Because I had some friends that were more prepared than me, but they could not finish the exam. So apart from studying, knowing the materials, even also how you answer the questions to ensuring that you finish. So for me, I'll say what I don't even know if I'm to say it because it's what one of our teachers told me in New Frontiers that when and another thing to note is that how the curriculum explains the answer for essay questions is not how you are to write it. You will never finish that way. I think that's very important when you are reading that you know this. I think I've spoken a lot. Shegun. Over to
Okay.
you.
Okay, so for me, the important thing is so first, I'm sure, yeah, this is level 3 now. So you've written level 1 out already, which means you already have an idea of what works for you. So just stick to what works for you. Don't try to adapt or try to force yourself into adopting another style you are not completely used to. It's just going to be a waste of your time. So for example, Me now, level one, I was told to use curriculum, study curriculum very well, very hard, level one. And I started studying for Q. I started with QM. For level one, you have to start with QM because it kind of filters into all the other topics. So I started with QM. I started reading when I think that was after law school, April, May. Exam was in November. QM alone, I already spent 2 months in curriculum studying that I had not reached half. I just knew that this curriculum is not my calling. I just knew. So I dropped it. I started using Trezor and what's it called? An IFT simultaneously, side by side. Right. So that worked for me level one, worked for me level two, worked for me level three. The only times I had to open curriculum was for ethics. Yeah. Aside ethics, I never really opened the curriculum for anything else. So first off, whatever style worked for you prior, just stick to it. Any other thing, you're just going to like complicate your learning process, essentially. Two, blue box examples. Like it's very, very important for level three. Um, a lot of the questions you'd see, you're likely to see is what you're likely to see is just maybe slight modifications to the blue box examples you'd see in the curriculum. So as much as possible, like I said, I didn't study with the curriculum, but the blue box examples, like I had one material that had a lot of it, all of them across all the courses. So I just ensured that before the exam, like a week or two before, I just went through everything. Then another thing most people tend to ignore is now it's multiple choice and a bit of there's the an essay portion, right? So you need to know how to answer for the two. Like she mentioned earlier, you don't want a scenario where you are writing too much story for the essay portion. It's really straightforward. They ask you a question, you go straight into the answer. There was something I think Ahmed used to mention. What you just
Yeah.
used to say is just go straight to the answer. Don't waste time. If they're asking you for example, what is a yield curve, just in one statement, marks. In fact, one sentence. The yield curve is so 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 and so. You don't have to go into the history, how it looks like, the different types of yield curves you will find, all of that. It's completely unnecessary. So you just go really straight to the point, yeah. Another portion is what you'd note. I think what you'd see is as much as possible. I think this one applies. You've always known this already. Try to solve as many questions as you possibly can. Do your mocks and all of that. But a week or two before the exam, make sure you revise those blue box examples. I'm very sure that what you would see is just a derivative of what is there. So as much as possible, try to study them, and I think it'd be fine. Um, Between the two of us, I think we've mentioned everything you need to do. So
Yeah.
to a large extent, if you do these things, you're fine. You practically pass the exam already.
Yeah. Okay, I wanted to add one more thing.
Yeah, please.
So for the exam, that's my own view. And that's what I did that worked for me. Do the MCQ first. It gives you that confidence because a lot of people did not finish because you do the MCQ first. That's what Amma told me and it worked. Amma told me and it worked for me. Go through your MCQ because of the MCQ is something that your mind is familiar with. It gives you that confidence to do the essay. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much, guys. So I need to be sure that my people on this call heard what you said. I know a number of people are going to watch, a lot more people are going to watch this um, after now than even those who are on this call right now. All right. But then, guys, if you got what was said, I want to see in the chat what are those optimal strategies? Because they are significant part of tonight. Before we go into further questions, I will take more specific questions. So, what are those optimal strategies? I will take a minimum of 5, then we can continue. I want to be sure that you're following and you're picking up these optimal strategies, right? And I want to be sure that we're adding value. So please let's jump on the chat and let's drop them. I want to see. I want to hear it. I want to hear it from you. Even if you are mentioning what someone has said before, then it's fine. Yeah, do what works for you. Thank you, Temidre. Okay, that's fine. Temidre says do what works for you. Thank you very much.
Mhm.
I need to be sure that
That's
value
what
has
I
been
expect.
added.
To be
Let's do it
honest,
quickly. Yeah, start as early as you can. God's
that's
will.
nice.
Okay. Thank you, God's will.
That's cool.
Clearly
Good
that's Shegun. I know Shegun always advocates starting early. Yeah, start as early as you can. It's true. That's true. When you look for nothing for the volume of material that you have to cover, and there can be nothing wrong with a early start, right? Start. Okay, so good. I have, don't write, thank you. This one is very important. Although I don't have your name, I see Zoom user. Um, don't write plenty grammar for the written questions. Answer the question directly. This is powerful. I think many candidates don't know this. Um, Sometimes I've even had on a session like this, if you watch some of our videos on YouTube on the level 3 program, if as I've said, just copy and paste. The answers are inconvenient. Just copy and paste sometimes. It can be that easy, right? Answer the questions directly, right? Answer the questions directly. Thank you for that. Yes, do the MCQs first in the exam hall. Thank you very much, Sheriff. That's true. I did mention that. Do the MCQs first. People don't fail exams because they didn't read. They fail because they were not strategic about it. And these are the things that make one strategic about exams. You do not want any surprises, right, on exam. Yeah, blue box examples, revise them before the exam. I mean, it's just that it's unethical to guarantee anything, to guarantee returns and to guarantee the outcome of the exams, right? But Shagun is saying almost without a shadow of doubt that if you play with those blue box examples, the things you will find on that exam are not different from things that you would have seen. Now, these are this might be different from the strategies applied at level 1 and 2, but I think that this is a good head start for anyone who's trying to take the exams, particularly in 2025. Thank you very much, Shemu and Ayadeji, for these tips. They are very powerful, and I think that clearly our people have picked them up. So I've gotten 5. Thank you very much. I can move on. Now, I want to ask this question, right? Thanks for sharing those optimal strategies. And we are still here. I'm sure our guys will have questions for you towards the end. But then I want to ask, sincerely, is there any value to attending classes? Does attending classes bring any value to writing these exams? Because, I mean, seriously speaking, the CFA program was designed to be self-study. I know was designed to be a self-study program. Um, and our founders, all of them at New Frontiers, 4 of them, our 4 founders, they wrote these exams with little or no support from anywhere. In fact, the reasons why New Frontiers exists is that problem, that gap they are trying to close, right? Say, we had no support while writing these exams, but we'll provide enormous support to as many candidates who are interested in taking the CFA exams. We're just going to ease this journey, focus on easing this journey for our candidates, in Nigeria, and of course, right now in other parts of the world. So, would you say that there is any value to attending classes, and what are those values specifically? Because it 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 will be good. It will be good to hear it from you. What value did attending classes at New Frontiers, bring to the exam for you?
Okay, I can go first, right?
Yeah.
So for me, I think I already mentioned earlier, the value is just having in the other individuals around you that basically have the same goal, and it makes it feel like everyone's working towards the same thing. So what you now find is you don't want to be the one who is lacking or who is left behind. So the ginger, as one of my colleagues then would say, the ginger will be very, very high when you have others around you. She's always talking about ginger, ginger, ginger. Yeah. So you can't, I don't know how to put, you can't overemphasize that, to be honest, the effects that has on you. Although generally I'm quite the self-motivated person, but it always helps to have people around you, to be honest. Aside the fact that there's that feeling of uniformity of purpose. There's also the fact that in certain instances, some other people will be better than you in certain courses, certain um how do I put it, certain topics within the exam. So it just makes sense to be because you are with them, you just have that access. And of course, you'll be better than a lot of others in certain areas too, because cover different backgrounds. What that means is everyone has different strengths and weaknesses. So being able to come together, it makes it really easy to plug certain gaps that you may have in your own study.
Yeah.
And the way the whole thing, it was the thing that made me understand the fact that as much as possible, try to understand every single thing you possibly can understand. Yeah. Don't say why you're reading. Well, I didn't read, I don't understand this one. Probability of it coming out in the exam is low. So you close it and move on. It can come back to bite you in the ass. Me, I was just lucky on certain things, right? There was one particular topic, I can't remember the topic now, that for I was just pushing it like I beg, I'm not reading this thing, I'm moving on. I think I think it was in private wealth management. I can't remember the specifics now. But there were two ways or two approaches of calculating something, and like I only learned one approach and completely ignored the other one that it won't come out. It's not the one that I ignored and now showed up in the exam. I was like, what is
Uh,
this? So now why I ignored it is not because I was lazy or anything, but I wasn't understanding it at first glance. I had people around me I could ask, but I just figured let me just focus on the ones that I understood and all. And it came back to bite me in the ass. I just got lucky, to be honest. So you don't want to make that mistake. If you have people around you, leverage them as much as you can, right? Show interest in what they are doing. They'll show interest in what you are doing. Even beyond once CFA is done, they likely assist you to get what you're looking for. Because in the end, uh, you are passing the exam because you are looking for something, right? Because no point in passing the
yeah.
exam if you pass it and you all have CFA to your name, but there's no job that you're doing, you're just in your house,
Yeah.
right? Or you're at a job that you're dissatisfied with. So when you get the charter, you also want to leverage it. And aside on getting um the charter, people would also be useful to you going forward. So you can't even overflog the importance of people. And the quality of people you would meet there would be higher than what you'd find in practically everywhere else. First, the teachers you'll be meeting are people that have years of experience on the job. So how they will be teaching you is based on their experience, which is, in my opinion, very invaluable. Then also the caliber of people, the kind of people that would come to class too. I remember for level one, there was the regional head for an investment, regional head of a known brand, a very known brand, was in the same class with me. Like it was, I don't know how to put it, but it's crazy the kind of network you are likely to build in class. Yeah, I think I'll
Yeah.
just leave it at that. So that's it for me.
Thank you very much, Sherman. Thank you for that. I mean, it's um, it's many of these things are actually hidden in people, right? So whether faculty, people you meet, and all that. So there clearly is value, right? I just wanted to have it come from you. So Hayodiji, what would you say?
I feel so good I said most of it, but like you said, the individuals, the people, because even after I got chartered, I wanted to move from banking and enter investment. So it was mostly people I met in class, my lecturers I was reaching out to that I'm ready to change my job and everything. Then another thing I say in class was also the lecturers. So the quality of lecturers that we had, because no matter how the Nigerian financial market is not yet there with what they do abroad, and it's a US exam. So our lecturers breaking it down for us. I remember derivative, as I opened derivative, I closed it back. I say, I'm coming to class for this one. I'm not about to stress myself. I'll leave it for Michael. This is Michael's problem. I'll just close it back. I'm like, I'm
And he
looking for
likes the
Michael.
problem, doesn't he?
And he likes the problem. So,
Yeah.
the quality of people you meet, even the fact that you're not the only one going through it, you get to, because some days you are just tired and someone is telling you that, guy, we're still reading this now. And I please leave me alone now. Who sent me this kind of job? So, the quality of people, then breaking down the material, because me, like I'll call myself, me, I'm a class leader. I think I did class, not I think I did class for all my levels. So that coming, the fact that the thing about the material, like the part you can ask questions. If you are doing self-study, you cannot ask the you cannot ask CFA the question, I mean the ecosystem the question. The fact that you can ask questions. And
Yeah.
for me, in my current job, is really helping me because I not only prepared for CFA, but the experience, them bringing me down to the Nigerian client. They're telling me, okay, like for somewhere, me, I'm in investment. So like for fixed income, it's not something I do day to day. It's not like what I do day to day, but going to class, speaking with the professionals that do it day to day, and them helping me to understand it and also pass the exam. Yes, that is it. Apart from all the things Shego said, yeah.
Thank you very much. I mean, I think that's really good value, and I like the speed at which you are moving tonight because at level 3, you are not speaking too much grammar. Even in the exams, you are not. Yes, you are just releasing the answer as pam 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 like we
Talk
have
and
had
sweet.
today. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so you know, so there has to be speed, right? So I like the speed at which you are moving tonight, and thank you for that good answer. So there are just two things left for us tonight. I'm going to share something, a few things you need to know about the 2025, about the exams in 2025 and New Frontiers classes. And that will take me just about 10 minutes, so till about 7:05 or thereabout. Then we'll take questions from everybody. Questions, concerns, anyone you have. You want to unmute your microphone, you want to type in the chat. We're going to take your questions specific, particularly to level 3. We can take any other questions you may have, but more specifically to level 3. Right, then we can do that. So thank you very much. Thank you, IDJ and Shegun. Just I'll allow you to grab a cup of coffee, a bottle of water while I do this quickly, and I'll come back to you. Thank you very much. Okay, so I don't know. I need you to confirm that you can. Just a minute. I'm trying to see. Just a minute. Sorry. Trying to ensure that you see my screen. Okay, so let's okay, so please confirm that you can see my screen. Can you see my screen, please?
Yeah, we can see your screen.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Okay, so welcome tonight, and I'll just move on. We already did this. I'll soon take the question and answers. I will wrap up for tonight. So I'd like to begin with this review from Temi Busari, who is Vice President, Treasury and Trade Solutions at Citi. She says, I enrolled for the CFA exams as a biological sciences graduate, so you can imagine the burden of transitioning to learning about treasury bonds and derivatives. Looking back now, I could not have done it without the support and commitment of tutors at New Frontiers. They are unrivaled in teaching the curriculum and set the stage for my rewarding career. That's Temi Busari, CFA, Vice President, Treasury and Trade Solutions at Citi. Right? The CFA program is, of course, by now you know it's the most respected and recognized designation in finance and investments globally. It's administered by the CFA Institute based out of the US. There are more than 200,000 charter holders globally, and the number in Nigeria is growing seriously. Of course, and we're exporting quite a number of them thanks to JAPA, right? Of course, any the charter requires that you pass the 3 levels of exams, including 36 months, excuse me, of qualifying work experience and pledging to adhere to the code of ethics and standards of professional conduct. The exams were organized into 3 levels. and with a robust candidate body of knowledge, and it's tested in about in an about 5-hour exam, right? Almost 5 hours of exams. Level 1, multiple choice. Level 2, vignette supported multiple choice. But level 3, which we're concerned about, is vignette supported constructed response questions. So that those are essays typically. Then vignette supported multiple choice questions, which are what you call the OBJ questions. The topic areas are clear, you know them already. The only addition are the specialized pathways, which I'll get into. Level 3 writes twice a year, February and in August, right? Unlike level 1 writes 4 times a year, F-man, February, May, August, and November. Level 2, 3 times May, August, and November, that's man. And of course, level 3 writes twice, February and August, that's fa, like the note fa on your keyboard, right? Yeah, musical instrument. So the CFA level 3 program has asset allocation, portfolio construction, performance measurement, derivatives and risk management, ethical and ethics, right? Clearly ethics, and of course, specialized pathways that is about 30 to 35%. So the core of the program still about 65 to 70% what it used to be. However, specialized pathways have been introduced, which I'll talk about in a moment, which are about 30 to 35% program. I mean, clearly. So the core remains 65 to 75%, and the other part, specialized pathways, portfolio management, private world, private markets, 25% to 35%. All right, so of course, the level 3 exams consist of item sets, like I said, accompanied with multiple choice items, and of course, essay questions as well. The exams will take about 4 hours and 24 minutes, split into 2 equal sessions of 2 hours, 2 hours and 12 minutes, with an optional break in between. 4 hours and 24 minutes, that's about 5 hours, split into 2 equal sessions of 2 hours and 12 minutes, with an optional break in between. Because again, we want to be sure that not only do you have the mental strength to take this exam, you want to be sure that you are physically strong enough, to take the exams as well. Now, at New Frontiers, our story is a very true one, born out of a very compelling desire to help every candidate in Nigeria, outside Nigeria now, we now have candidates all over the world, to ease their journey. It's very simple. Our founders went through this program with little or no support of any kind from anywhere. However, they vowed to turn into reality the dream of every CFA candidate, and that dream is the dream of earning the prestigious CFA charter, irrespective of their backgrounds, finance and non-finance alike. So Shagun was straight out of law school, Ayodeji tonight straight out of biochemistry, right? And they both passed one sitting each, right? Having gone through our programs, we're excited that they were able to go through our program. Today, after an entire decade of pursuing this vision, our market has experienced significant leaps through the influx of more than 3,000 professionals from New Frontiers who are revolutionaries in various markets doing great stuff all over the world. Our appeal and I invite to you tonight is that you will join the thousands of candidates and professionals who are doing this to grow your career. Our founders, you might know them, Ayokunle Ojo CFA, Michael Anyima CFA, Banji Fentola CFA, and Olani Okubayo CFA. Most of them would feature at level 3 as faculty members. Most. Now, why New Frontiers? Of course, our biggest assets are our people. So a world-class faculty of leading investment professionals. It's going to be difficult to find that number of intelligent people in the same room, and at a particular time. It's very important that I put that out there. And these faculty members are there to support you as mentors during class hours, after class hours. They will attend to the questions that you have. I always say to candidates that we are arguably the only program in the world where at no additional cost to you, you can reach out to our faculty at any time of the day, and they will respond to you, maybe not immediately, but at some time during the course of that day or just after it, right? We have about 15 years of experience and leadership. We offer plenty of scholarships, discounts, and special offers, assignments, tests, mock exams to reinforce our classes. There is a no pass, no pay policy, of course, with terms and conditions applied. right? You need to find out what the terms and conditions for that are. And of course, we run a lot of candidate support. Shagun was and Ayodeji were talking about even for their careers, their jobs, how being in the New Frontiers Network has helped. You know, these are things that happens, right? Possibilities, right? Opportunities that you cannot downplay, which is the reason why you're writing the exam, like Shagun said. Anyway, why have the CFA behind your name or the charter and just sit in your house without a job, or you are still stuck in a job that you're dissatisfied, right? There's no reason for that when you join the New Frontiers family. Osala JJ has said, who is research equity researcher at Telema. I think she's moved to Cowrywise right now as portfolio manager. She said, as at the time when she gave this review, she was equity researcher at Telema. She says, I'm happy to announce that I passed the exams for August CFA Level 3 exams. My CFA journey has been filled with tears, caffeine, sleepless night, panic attacks, but I'm grateful to God that I finished all levels at one sitting. Particularly grateful for the solid knowledge left and how it has positively shaped my career. Special shout out to the Tutorial Center at New Frontiers Learning Center I use for all my levels. My tutors, Banji Frentola, my CFA, Michael Aima CFA, I with you CFA, Olani Mobile CFA, and every other person, right? Now, our offerings are physical classes, online classes, and quick review classes. But mostly the physical classes and online classes happen at the same time. We have a hybrid system where you can either come in physically and attend classes online. Either ways, you will always have access to the recordings of those classes, right? Our programs run for 16 weekends max, right? All through the weekend, Friday, Saturday and Sundays mostly, and public holidays as well. Saturdays and Sundays mostly, and public holidays as well. Sometimes on Friday evenings, but it's very rare at level 3 that you have classes on Friday evenings. And if there are Friday evenings, they'll be typically online and just one class, mostly ethics class. But it's very unlikely that you have a Friday evening class at level 3, right? So that's the program. The quick review program is usually a 1-month program, but it's for people who have been studying on their own, but they want quick wins and they want to be able to do it just during a month just before exams, right? So, for example, the our classes start in April, excuse me, May, June, July. So by August, April, May, June, July. So July is typically the time for review classes. But again, there's no guarantee that the quick review classes will, because there's a minimum class size that will make it that will make the classes valuable, communicate value both for the faculty, the person teaching, the people teaching, and the candidates as well. But the classes that will definitely hold are the regular programs, both physical and online. And you have access to the recordings of the classes for 1 year from when your classes started. So this is the calendar. Level 3, level 1 and 2, the program is like a sandwich. You can see level 1 and 2 at the beginning and at the end of the year, January to April and July to October. But then in between, you will see level 3 regular program. That's the program where that happens for 16 weekends from April to July. And by the month of July, there is a quick review program that possibly happen. It's possible, it's a huge possibility, but we do not make any commitment to it until we have the minimum class size, which is usually not guaranteed. We've had to turn back and inform our candidates early enough that classes will not happen. But then this regular program will hold from April to July, right? All right, the final review for tonight. Folashade Odeja by CFA works with the World Bank. She says the mock exams at New Frontiers Learning helped a lot. The feedback was always a good tool to judge my preparation level to each phase. If you need a prep center, New Frontiers Learning is the place. It's unbelievable how many intelligent people you have in one place, right? Join the best prep center today. Final announcement tonight. Our CFA Level 3 exam prep classes will begin on the 5th of April, 2025. We run only one Level 3 program. And so if you're interested in joining our classes, please be informed that classes will start on the 5th of April. A lot of people are already on our early start program now, where folks who have joined us, I think, since October, November last year, had about 150 days free access to the videos of the last class. So many of them are devouring those videos right now and just waiting for April to join. So if you're interested in this, reach out to us. Register through newfrontierslearning.com/enroll, and our team will pick it up and reach out to you as to next steps for you to join the early start program or for you to be ready for the April 5th program. If you're interested in contacting us, these are the people to reach out to: Lawali and in Mr. Isiaka. These numbers on your screen. Better still, via WhatsApp or phone call. Or better still, just reach out via the website, fill up our forms on newfrontierslearning.com, newfrontierslearning.com/enroll, and somebody will pick it up and attend to you in 24 hours, right? Thank you very much. I hope that was fast enough. So let's get back to taking your questions. I'll stop sharing my screen at this point. So tonight, thank you, Ayodeji and Shegun, you can please come back. So it's time to take our questions, guys in the audience. Thank you very much for waiting this long. I think we've had a fruitful evening. The session has moved with tremendous speed. So let's just take your questions quickly. So if you have any questions, this will be the right time to pass them across. You could use the raise your hand feature, then you can unmute your microphone and speak, or you just type them in the chat and we'll pick them. Any questions at all? But as much as possible, level 3 specific questions. Oh, okay. Hi, Akinkolade. Okay, this one is for me. Akinkolade Akinshola, can I pay in installments? Okay, yes. So what you can do is to reach out to the team. They will give you details of how this is done at the Frontiers. Thank you for asking. Yeah. So, Olawale, if you could please drop those numbers, your contact numbers and the newfrontierslearning.com stuff on the group, then to be picked, right? Then they can pick it up from the chat. So please drop it, Olawale, so someone can pick it. Thank you very much. Okay, I see Akintoday, your hands are raised. Please kindly unmute your microphone and speak, please.
Good afternoon, good evening. Can you hear me?
I'm struggling to hear you.
Can you hear me, please?
Okay, you could go ahead. How are you tonight? Hello.
Hello.
Hi, go ahead, please.
Oh, good evening. How are you and everyone? So, just an aspirant planning to write my exam in November. So, I've been trying to read by myself. I've tried reading Quant from chapter 1 to 12, though I'm having issues with 8 to 10. Only for me to try laying my hands on some past questions, and I discovered that I'm still far behind. So I'm a little bit confused that should I just continue reviewing those manuals, spending the time the class starts, or what? Or should I just better still wait till when the class starts? Because I'm planning on joining the class by July or June. June, because one of the person I called in the organization said the class for the member is starting by June. So that's my question.
Oh, okay. What level is this? What level
Level
are you at?
one.
Oh, level 1. Okay, thank
Level
you.
one, yes.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, I'll take it quickly since this session is for level 3, and I can see the chat room is buzzing with a lot of questions. So I'll just attend to you quickly. So what would happen? It's good. It's good that you started studying and it's fine, right? But then there's going to be an early what coming to classes does, right? Which I think Ayodeji and Shegun would confirm to you tonight. But because it's a level 3 session and I want to go, there are a lot of questions already. For these people, I want to go to it quickly. Now, the thing about it is, what classes do is that they simplify it. I mean, what candidates have told me is that they hear their lecturers' voices in their head, and I'm sure Ayodele or Shegun will confirm this to you, right? Such that when they are studying on their own, it then becomes easy. Now, this is what New Frontiers is going to do for you. This is March. By the end of April, the ongoing level 1 class is going to end. And for the whole of April and May, I'm sorry, for the whole of May and a bit of June, you are going to have about 50 days of free access to the ongoing classes. And then you can watch those videos, right? And then somebody signs you up, for classes, get you ready with the materials that we have, and then you can begin to get yourself ready. It's easier to then read having watched some of those videos before. We do that so that you can have your first touch by self-paced study. Then by the time you come to classes, it then becomes your second touch. We are just trying to make it almost impossible for candidates to fail exams, if you understand what I'm saying. Right?
Okay,
Yeah.
no problem.
So that's
Should I just drop my email or what? Or I should just
yeah,
contact
that's
them?
perfect. Yeah, that's perfect. So you could contact these numbers. They've been shared. I can see. I don't know if you can see in the chat Olawale and Mr. Iseka's number and an email address from New Frontiers. Somebody will pick it up and get across to you as regards how they can help you get started. So it's absolutely fine as well.
All right, thank you.
Yes, sir.
I'll just check the chat
Yes, please
and
take a
get
look.
and get.
Yeah, it's one of the most recent stuff now. And yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
Thank
So yeah. Okay, so level 3, let's go back. So Zoom user says, good evening. You mentioned you will speak about the new specialized sections. How will we have practice questions? If there are interesting. So I mean, if the exams have never been written before, how would we can't manufacture the practice questions, right? There is I just put that I need to put that one there. But then don't worry. What will happen? Because again, you are being there is because you are dealing with experienced faculty, there is a way to handle things like this. Of course, there will be end of chapter questions for all of those things. There will be the blue box examples, and there will be a lot of prep providers that provide some of these things. Sometimes New Frontiers gets these resources and will make it available to our candidates for free, which is what we've typically done till date. So we hope that we'll get these resources, make it available to you for free. Otherwise, we will point you in the direction of where you can get them. Right? Does that help, Zoom user? That's the name. Is that fine? Just type in the chat and let me know. Otherwise, you could unmute your microphone and says, let me know whether you're satisfied with that or not. Okay, so God's will says, I'm not sure I saw a slide speaking to the cost. The cost of the exams. Okay, thank you, Zoom user. Thank you. Okay, so yeah, exam costs. So because again, these videos will be used at several many times after now. We always advise our candidates to go to the cfainstitute.org because again, if I mention what the fees are right now, it's subject to change. And so you should visit that website to see exam costs for level 3 exams. Is that what you're asking, Godwill, or is it the cost of our program? If it's the cost of our program, you can reach out to any of those numbers. Okay, okay, thank you. Cost for level 3 program. Yeah, someone on our team will reach out to you right now. You could drop your email address, phone number, or something. You get an email to that effect this night, or a phone call, or a chat, or something. Is that fine? Godswill. Oh, good, excellent. Yeah, thank you. So, Olawale, please pick up ekgodswill@gmail.com. Let him have the responses like now, immediately. Thank you, Chief. Thank you, Godswill, for asking. Okay. Our thoughts around the CFA level 3 pathways. We got to that. And someone, okay. So the thing about the specialized pathway, Ayodeji and Oluwasegun, do you want to speak about the specialized pathways? Because again, this is new innovation.
Okay, for me, I can't do much talking about it because I didn't experience it. I finished, yeah, I finished in 2023 before they started it. So
yeah,
I think Ayodeji will be able to better speak to it.
no, Ayodeji, also.
Oh, yes. Also, I did not touch
Yeah.
this thing. That's one of the reasons why I did 2024 immediately after I did level 2. I did not want to touch the new one, so even if I don't have any experience with them.
Okay, that's fine.
Yes.
But you are not at a disadvantage. And if there's anything, even when candidates, I mean, Shegun and Ayodeji, you can confirm this. Even when candidates say that there is a
I
new
don't know what you
curriculum
want.
every year, or that something changes every year on the
You
CFA
don't
curriculum,
this
the reality is that, I mean, I stand to be corrected, but the reality also is that it's not like a whole lot changes. I think that there's more of moving things around than changing stuff, right? So, for example, there used to be behavioral finance at level 3. Right now, it's in level 1, right? And stuff like that. So yes, a number of things change with new innovations in the curriculum, but essentially there's a whole lot more of moving things around, deleting stuff, adding new stuff based on changes that happen, but it's not exactly significant. Your curriculum will not change 70%. Like I always say to Kinde, what is a bond is what is a bond. Treasury bills are treasury bills. If you understand what I'm saying, time value of money is time value of money. You understand what I'm saying? So, Shagma, am I correct around that?
So, Jesus.
Okay, you're still muted. Oh, okay, you're able to talk right now. Ayodeji, am I correct about that?
Oh, yes, yes, you're correct. Because from what I saw, it's more of them expanding the ideas that were basic for us.
Exactly. Thank you very much. So, guys, it's not like the specialized pathway is not coming to kill you. If anything, is to add, value, to you. So I think the thing about the institute is they try to be as relevant as possible. I think they've looked at it and said, why go the traditional route of making everybody portfolio managers while there is a whole lot of flexibility around these things that we can create and make people and add tremendous value to people, right? Okay, before I move to the written one, I see God's Willik's hands are raised. I will take it. God's will, please go ahead.
Okay, so hi everyone, good evening. So I'm trying to I don't know if you can hear me. Can everyone hear me? Just want to be sure.
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right. So I learned it's relatively safer to go for the portfolio management path. I mean, because it's what has been in existence right from time before they made the changes, right? Because in my mind, I was trying to decide between private markets and portfolio management. But I learned that it's safer to go for PM because it's just, you know, it's easier to get the resources that you need to prepare for that compared to the new ones that just came in. So preparation for my level 3, I'm thinking of which of them. So that's why I asked that question about thoughts around it. Yeah, thank you.
So, I don't know if this is good advice, but I think your decision should be based on what your interest is, sha. Not essentially what is easier, to be honest.
Thank you for that.
I don't know because if something piques your interest, it's easy to see it through. It's easier to see it through. I don't want an instance where you pick out something and you do it for doing sake, but in the end, it's not valuable to you. Because all these things you're learning, both in the exam and both in and the newly introduced programs, is designed to be useful to you even during your work, like during the course of your work. So if it doesn't provide that value to you, then I don't know, it just feels like a wasted opportunity to me. So I think part of the you should kind of overweight um your interest in it. Are you interested in portfolio management? If so, then by all means do it. If not, then I think you should pick private markets, right? Because in the end, your decision to write CFA in itself is not exactly an easy decision. You're already doing something that is hard.
Yeah.
So why are you not looking for an easier path for the minute stuff? I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. So yeah, I think that's just what I think.
Thank you, Chef. God's will, are you satisfied? You cool? Okay. Okay. Says yes, it is. So again, and this is thank you very much for that, Shegun. I think it's very important that we align with what piques our interest, right? What aligns with our goals. I was talking about the 7 Habits of Highly Effective Youth by Stephen Covey, and the first one I mentioned is to begin with the end in mind, right? What was the big thing that brought you to the CFA exam in the first place, right? Follow through, right? At the end of the day, creating specialized pathways is not to catch you or to make more people fail. There is nothing the institute will gain in making people fail exams. They don't have a hand in it. If you have read enough and you have enough to enough stuff that it takes to pass the exams, then you will pass the exams. You will pass the exam. There is no victimization. There is no hoarding the charter. It's not anything, right? And sometimes what you call an easier route might not be because again your interest then suffers. So ultimately, these are serious career decisions, and I think that following through is very, very important for us, right? Okay, so thank you very much. So I believe God's will is satisfied. Will there be 3 separate classes for the pathways? Oh no. I just showed you that there 70% of what you're learning are going to be core, right? The core of of the program is still about 70%. So the remaining 30%, the New Frontiers have planned how it's going to happen. So don't worry about that. It's not going to be. There will be no 3 separate classes for the pathways. That's not going to happen, right? Yeah. So except for when you are talking things that are specific to you, then that happens. Does it make sense? Mr. Savage, I hope that's fine. How classes will work immediately, don't worry about that. Just sign up for the program if you are joining the program. You would find we'll let you know how it will go in terms of specific dates for each pathways. No. But for the bulk of it, 70% of the time, you will be in the same class with your other colleagues. And for the days when your specialized classes will hold, you will be informed about those days, right? I think you should be worried about the 70% more than the 30. But don't worry, everything will be covered. Okay, just to clarify, start date for level 3 program is April 5th. April 5th. April 5th. Do we have any other question? In the absence of any other question, then I will just allow Shegun and Ayode to give us their parting words. What would you say to a level 3 candidate right now?
Okay, so as to what I'd say, and to be honest, nothing different from what I've said so far. Um, First off, the fact that you're in level 3 just shows that you're actually brilliant enough to see this final stage through, right? So you've already gotten here, just give it all that it takes and get yourself to the finish line essentially. Uh, Everything we've mentioned so far, ensure you always keep it in mind the blue box examples, the importance of mocks, knowing yourself and studying accordingly, all of that. I think if you do that, you're fine. And you go for classes. Ensure that as much as possible, you don't just go for classes, but you build meaningful relationships while you are there because they'll serve you very well even after the classes are done. So that'll be all from me. I think I'll pass on to my senior Oga and say,
No, gotcha. I think more same thing with what Shegun said. When you're going through the material, I think this is very important. This is something that I feel everyone should hear. If you forget part of the material that you're reading, it's common. You have the I know you still experience it that you go to a subject and it will look new to you. It's a normal problem, it's not something serious. Go back, read it again. By the time you read it one or two times, twice, you would get it. And also, like Shegun said, the blue box, very important. The questions are mostly like the blue box. So the blue box, do end of chapter questions, practice. Especially when it comes to essay writing. Essay is the new thing. from what you did in level 1 and 2. So practice it, be sure on your strategy, decide on time what material you want to use. Do you want to use curriculum? Do you want to use Schweizer? So for me, when I was writing, I'm a curriculum baby, but when it came to level 3, I had to decide, do I want to go through the curriculum once, or do I want to use Schweizer twice and have the material at my fingertips? That's very, very important. Decide on the material you want to use, decide on your strategy, because a lot of people, I've seen them, they start like this, at the end they are struggling. Yes, that is it for me. And you can do it. The exam is doable. I know people have said it's difficult, it's doable. Prepare, do your best to prepare, and you'll be fine. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. I'm sure tremendous value has been added. We've had a beautiful, beautiful time again. Thank you very much for coming through, Shegun. And thank you, Ayodeji, for tonight. I'm glad that you're at the end of the road. And this is happening. This is happening from the other side.
Happy.
Every time you've done this, either at level 2, I mean, Shegun will remember as well. Either at level 2 trying to write level 3 exams, or at level 1 trying to write level 2 exams. But today, it's happening, from the other side. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank God.
Yeah, your side is still showing breath of fresh air.
It
I'm
is.
still trying to catch my breath after 3 years.
Shegun, him is an old charter holder. Me, I'm newly printed. I'm newly printed, so
I can imagine. Thank you so much, and I believe tremendous value has been added tonight. Thank you everyone that attended. This video would automatically be available on YouTube almost immediately after this session. So you can share the link with people, you can refer anybody to it. If you think this is free of charge, it's not going to cost you anything. I think it's going to add value to someone out there. Thank you to our speakers, Shegun and Ayodeji. We can't thank you enough for making the time out to pour of yourself into others. And thank you everyone who came to attend. We are grateful. And to the team that makes this work every single time, Mr. Isiaka, I esteemed registrar, and Olawale. Thank you, Olawale. Thank you so much for the work that you do to put this together. Very beautiful work. Thank you. So we look forward to having most of you in class. And of course, very soon I'll be hosting you like I am doing for Ayodeji and Oluwasegun tonight to share your success stories and your strategies as we'll be looking to take the exams. Thank you very much for joining tonight. Enjoy the rest of your evening and see you very, very soon.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you for helping us.
New Frontiers Learning is the #1 tuition center for the CFA exams in Nigeria. Our founders went through their CFA journey with little or no support of any kind. However, they vowed to turn into reality the dream of every CFA candidate earning the CFA charter, irrespective of their backgrounds, finance and non-finance alike. It is this commitment to support our candidates that influences our engagement of a world-class faculty, partnerships, scholarship and discount offers, our online learning management system, and so much more. Our clients' outstanding results across all levels of the exams every year attest to the quality of our top-notch physical and online program in the last 10 years. That's right, we have been impacting the industry for 10 years and have supported about 2,500 professionals in that time space. Register with New Frontiers Learning today.